guys, and welcome back. So today what I decided I was going to do was to go through my old 2-week weight video and compare it to the symptoms I had this time to see if there was any differences, because I know there is definitely differences between the two. So I've got my video here and I'm just going to read the summaries that I did, because if you've watched that video, I was emotional. So I don't like watching it back. I keep it up there because a lot of people can relate to it, and I've had a lot of good feedback at how kind of raw I was, but yeah, I don't like that it's up there, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so day one, I said that I had shooting pains, cramps, and I was tired and emotional. So I was very emotional in my last round of IVF. I think it was obviously a lot of pressure, a lot of the unknown. It was 17 years of almost like grief, and everything was kind of, you know, gearing up to this. It was, again, not making about money, but it was 11 grams worth of treatment. It was just so much on me that I think it was more than just being on ridiculously high hormones and any signs of if it works or not. So the shooting pains and the cramps, I had shooting pains and cramping from the start of the HRT that they put me on to increase the size of my uterus. So I had a lot of like cramping early on, but my uterus was teeny weeny, and I just think I had that constantly throughout because it was growing. This time I've had some sharp pains, but it'd be like one and then that'd be it for the day. And a little bit of cramping. So I know that I was a little bit sore and crampy the day of transfer and the day after this time as well. But obviously you have a catheter put in you, and you have a spectrum to open you up, then this put in you. I also on both occasions had my pessaries cleaned out of me, which is just it's just not nice at all. So I think there's a lot of kind of soreness and irritation, and obviously if you're on pessaries like myself, you've been on pessaries for 5 days up, leading up to transfer, so you get quite sensitive. So I think that can be sometimes some of it. As I say, I look at things quite a lot differently now. Now I've gone through it and I've had the baby, and yeah, I just look at it a little bit differently. So day two, I said that I had a headache. I think I had a slight headache this time, nothing major, but mostly this time has just been a whole new level of exhaustion, like so tired, really tired. And I think the second day I literally just wanted to sleep all day. I got up, and by 10 in the morning I already felt like I needed to go back to sleep. I remember I had a slight headache, but this time I had loads of headaches. I remember that. Day 3 was my metal taste day. So this is when I thought, oh, this has worked. And I had the strongest taste of metal, this metallic taste in my mouth, that everything I ate, I could taste this metal still. I didn't have it this time. I sort of did, but I didn't. So I watched my video back on around day 3 to kind of figure out what day I did have this metallic taste, and then I started getting this metallic taste, but only a little bit, and I'm getting it now just talking about it. I think it's down to thirst, and I remember this time, especially that first week, I could not drink anymore. Like literally all I wanted to do was drink. I was so thirsty, and I don't know if that's what the metallic taste was then, or if it was a completely different symptom, but I do remember it was ridiculously strong, that it affected the taste of my food. Also put heightened taste and smell, headache, weepy, low energy, yeah, so I've got no energy whatsoever. The taste and smell has been the same, if not stronger this time, that I can smell everything. I can almost pick out spices or herbs or flavourings in a meal. That's been pretty early on. I don't know, again, if this is just because of the hormones you're on, or if it is a symptom. It's really hard to pinpoint it, I think, in IVF. So yeah, day 3 was quite long. Day 4, abdominal pains and very emotional. Yeah, I kept crying on camera a lot, man. I think probably in this 2 week wait, I probably cried once. I just think it was frustration. I felt like I needed more support, not from Tom, I just needed more support. And obviously I had no idea what was going to happen in my business, and then because of the nature of my business, I thought, is it safe for me to go back? But I had to reopen because it's my business, and I think there was just a lot of stress on me, and that's when I was upset. Okay, so I think it was day 5, yeah, cramping, sore boobs and tiredness. So I'd say my breast tenderness came in around day 5 as well here. But last time, again, I had breast tenderness from the beginning of my HRT, and this time I hadn't. But just if you haven't caught up on my other videos, since the birth of my son, I've been on a higher dose of HRT because I knew we'd more than likely try again for another child, so I chose to stay on that higher dose just to make sure my uterus stayed a little bit bigger. And it obviously was a lot bigger than it was before, and it was, I mean, 10 millimeters thicker than the first time it was ever measured, which is ridiculous. So it does prove that something happens during postnatal. It's really, really windy, so I'm sorry if you hear like lots of random noises, but there's like my watering can just like floating across my garden right now. Tiredness, yeah, sore boobs. So this time it was just a little bit, almost around the nipple area. It was just kind of, I only saw if they touched anything. So that got me a bit worried. That changed, I'll catch up on that. They are ridiculously sore now, ridiculously sore, and probably a cup size bigger now. So I forgot about that I'd been having this actually, this round, vivid dreams. I put on day 6 I had headaches, a tummy ache and vivid dreams and emotional night. So I had a really bad night that night. I literally, I think I cried all night, and I ended up doing my first test in the morning and got a positive. There you go, a little secret there. I didn't share that because I don't like to promote early testing because I don't think it does much for you, even though I did it again. But this time I was a lot more level-headed about it. I was really obsessed with testing last time. I think I did about 25 tests. This time I did 6, and I knew to space them out. And I did a couple of stupid ones, like I done one on day 3 in the afternoon after drinking all day, and I knew it was going to be a negative. But I got my first faint line on day 5 this time. So, but please do not panic if you don't, because it's there's something about my body that I think it just detects hormone levels really well, and I do think it's down to me having like 0 hormones, that it responds really well and picks up things. I really do believe that, because hormones just affect me so quickly. So please don't like panic. Don't panic. Tummy ache. A tummy ache is pretty consistent. I do think that's the progesterone. The bloating is just unreal. The vivid dreams, I've pretty much had a dream I can remember every single night, and it is really vivid and really random. I've read that as an early pregnancy symptom regardless, but again, who knows. Day 7, headache, in capital letters. I'd say my headache started to subside in week 2. The bloating continued for me this time as well. Low feeling, I'd say my mood did dip in week 2. I think a lot of it is just those 2 weeks feel really, really low, and you feel like you've got to do the whole week again. I put 30, but I meant thirsty. Yeah, I've been really, really thirsty this time, but I've been a lot more bloated, and I felt a lot more nauseous this time, and I didn't feel nauseous before. So as I'm saying that I'm thirsty, I couldn't drink as much because it just made me feel really uncomfortable and really kind of sticky. I put weeing a lot, that's probably because I was drinking more. Okay, 8 and 9, slight metal taste, low, tired and bloated. Probably about the same again. Fullness, bloating and mood changes, day 10 to 13. Mood's definitely been like up and down. I wouldn't say it's extreme. Here we go, the wind again. But I think I have less time to think because I have an almost 2-year-old. So it's really hard not to notice. But when I wasn't a mum and I literally evaluated every twinge or twitch or nothing, everything meant it had failed or something was going wrong. So yeah, so that's me comparing them. So there has been differences. Definitely more tired this time. I didn't have the metal taste I've been more thirsty. I've had an increased heightened sense of taste and smell. It didn't last that long there. I've still got it now, and I'm 8.5 weeks pregnant now. So yeah, it's very similar. Skin, I had a lot more spots that time, but again, that could have been the hormones again. I got one spot this time during my 2-week wait, and yeah, that's it. I just thought it would be interesting to compare them, because so far this pregnancy feels very, very different to that one. I am only 8 weeks in, but it feels different. But yeah, okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.